Okay, I'm coming. Hey, welcome back to Hail Design Technologies. My name is Jeremiah, and today I'm getting back into hardware mode. So I've got these are two actuators that I'm going to use for extending my Z axis on the AutoCrafter. I'm pointing to it, you can't see it from here, but it's over there. What I'm using now is a single Z actuator mounted onto the X carriage as it goes back and forth. I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to take the entire X carriage and raise it up and down. And it's going to look pretty sweet, but it's going to add two more motors to my design. So I got those here, two more motors. Let me get those unpacked and put in, so that's why I said I'm in hardware mode. I got a few other upgrades, so let's get at it. Alright, and the last upgrade is this big old long thing. This is for a car's door or trunk or the ceiling around the hood or something like that. Or the bonnet, sorry for you across the pond peeps, but I'm American so I call it a hood. And this guy will clip onto the edge of my print bed. We'll run along the edge and seal it. Did my research and it should be able to handle up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, we'll see. I've got some extra just in case. So this will wrap around the edge, and we'll get that installed. See how she does. So I cut off these edge pieces just with an angle grinder running around it. I needed some clearance for this because it sticks out about 1/4 of an inch on each side. And so now I've got this cool gasket that goes all the way around the edge and has a little break in the end here to get it picked up by the exhaust fan. Kind of squished it on there. And I tried it with my hand for a little while, but kind of got tired pretty quick. So I'll post a link for this thing in the comments below if you're interested, and I'll let you know how it works. Looks like it's going to work well. Fits in here quite nicely. The only thing I'm worried about is these corners. It doesn't quite seal all the way that way. There's too much of a radius on this corner. So I'll have to find some extra sealant to go in there. Well, I'll figure that out. But yeah, I like the fit. Just slides right in. Just put the bed down and it just kind of falls right into the middle there, and it actually like auto places itself in the middle because it's pushed off on each side. Looks good. With a little gap back there to go into the exhaust fan. Perfect. I know you were all dying to know what was inside that box, so here it all is. It's two actuator plate assemblies, wheels, connecting hardware. I got two lead screws. Basically double up everything to make one actuator. And they're about 2 foot long actuators. They're 21 inches, 500 millimeters long. So that's the size I chose for my Z axis. So all the hardware. And it came with a couple extra cables, which I wasn't expecting. I might use these somewhere, so thanks OpenBuilds. I guess this comes with mounting for switches or the motors. I won't actually be using these. Also, it came with a set of Allen keys for all the different size things we'll need to tighten up. I ordered a couple extra things, connecting blocks, angle blocks, and T-nuts, because we'll need to use a lot of those, as well as some flashy coping to fill in the holes to make everything look all nice and neat. So that's what's inside the box. Man, it's hot. I got the fan going today. And got the actuators finished. Just chilling out here, knocked them out while watching a motorcycle safety YouTube stream by Dan the Fireman. Good stuff. Check him out on YouTube. If you're into motorcycles at all, he does really good safety content. Just a plug for him. But I got the 2 actuators done. Here, pause you for a second. I got the 2 actuators done. They look pretty snazzy, pretty clean, pretty neat. I'm ready to go ahead and mount them on the printer. So let's get at it. Okay, mission number 1, replace the standard beam here with the actuator. So we're going to figure that out and drill holes probably for that. And next, replace the small short beam with a full size one. So replace this with that one there. And if I'm lucky enough, I'm gonna see if I can fit both of them on there, but I don't think I'm that lucky. We'll see. Let's get cracking on this. Shoot over there. I'm surprised these are as tight as they are. I expected them to be loose. Well, that one wants to spin. You little bugger. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't take that one out anyway. Whoops. I should put the other one back. I don't know which one it is, so let's use this one. I'm glad that one didn't come out. Okay. So now I gotta figure out how to mount more stuff onto this. That is dirty. My print bed's getting disgusting. I'll clean that bed board out when I'm done. Okay, but doesn't this just seal look awesome? I love it. Okay, back to what I was doing. The extruder, no, the actuator needs to mount on here. Like so. And I'm thinking I just want to do a backside like this. Sort of a back-to-back on it. So something like that. Ought to do just fine. And maybe put the gap or trough in the middle that I can run wires through. That'd be cool. So mount it like that. Maybe. Maybe something like that. So here, here, and there. Ought to work. Maybe I'll flip this just for convenience sake. No. I like this. Never mind. Let's do this. Hey. All right. pretty solid. So that'll be back plate. And then the actuator itself should go right up to it, like so. Wow. See these two holes? They line up nearly perfectly. So, I think I can cheat. I think I can cheat. See if I have a couple long screws. I think I got a couple. Excellent! Get these tightened down. Like so. Oh. So normally at this point, if I didn't have any clearance and stuff in here, I'd recommend just going in here and using a transfer punch to transfer this whole pattern out, take everything apart and drill it. But since the whole pattern's just right here, nice and perfect, I'm going to use the plate itself as a guide to drill the hole. So I'm just going to drill it as it sits here, just off the edge so I don't get metal shavings in my printer. This is a number 7 drill bit, if you were wondering. And for the normal people, that's about 1/5 of an inch. Pretty cool. Good start hole right there. Perfect. Perfect. Bingo. All right, so I can't complete the hole with this drill bit. I can only get it started because it's too big. All right, let's try an 18, see how she does. Notice my hand position on the drill. 2 fingers up top, pinky or ring finger on the trigger. Much more stable. Just start it and take a look. So, sorry if you see the back of my head in this. I need to see what I'm doing. There she goes. So we'll mount the plate like that. The only caveat is make sure your, gotta make sure, I don't know if you're doing this, I gotta make sure my lead screw here is not sticking out. It's not proud of the hole. It needs to be inset just a little bit. That way it's not rubbing on my base plate, because I'm not drilling a hole for that. I'm just gonna let it just sit there, and if I start to hear weird sounds, then I might just take it apart and drill it out later when I can figure it out. But let's do it. Let's get all these 4 holes tapped. Want to know what I use for cutting fluid? 75/90. Works every time. Gear oil, basically transmission fluid. All right, now I can put all my screws back in. All the extra long ones anyway. Yeah, these don't need to be super long. Hold on. I'll just use the regular. These are 25 mil length. I just need 20s. There's no reason to have that all sticking out over there. It'll look tacky. Just use regular 20s. It'll still stick out and leave it a little bit too. Oh, not too bad. Just barely. That looks professional actually. Like I planned for it to be that way. Look how cool this looks. This ends up being 8 screws to attach this actuator. I couldn't have asked for anything better. This is excellent. Did I say 8? I meant 6. I can't do the maths. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Couldn't ask for a better hole pattern than that. And I'm going to stand her up. It's on there nice and tidy. Oh, I didn't clean that up. Get out of there. Okay. Excellente. The only 2 visible ones are right here side by side of my lead screw. They actually look pretty cool. And There she is. Pan and scan for you. It just keeps going and going and going all the way up there. Pretty cool. Okay, so this is a little bit of an, puts me into a little bit of a hard spot, I guess. These two, I meant to put them at a 90-degree angle. I just ran out of room on the plate. So that means, if you can see this, I can pull these over. You got a little bit of flex in there. That pull these apart, probably this way too, as well. Ideally, you'd want these connected like as best as possible, all the way down. So I don't really have any good way to connect these yet. I'll get something ordered and get it together, but for now, you guys are gonna laugh. I'm gonna go with good old zip ties. Yep. Just a zip tie around here. Huh, I need 2 zip ties. Actually, we'll see. I'm gonna go with 2 zip ties. Need longer ones. Actually, I might have longer ones, hold on. Nope, I have another set of the same ones. So let's get this drilled on here. So to extend any zip tie, I just hook 2 of them together. Fun fact. And then when you hook 2 together, make sure that if you can, put where the connections fit at a right angle. That'll even add more rigidity to the system. Like I'm a zip tie master or something. Okay, that's pretty solid. Get that as high as possible. The higher the better. Okay, and then pulling this 100%. And it barely moves. Okay, so that's gonna be my temporary solution until I get something to fit across these. Or maybe I'll just weld this. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Went down, rinse and repeat for exactly the same thing on the next one. You're like, Jeremiah, why don't you put more zip ties on there? It'll be stronger. Yeah, but look at this. That would kind of hamper movement, wouldn't you say? So that's why I'm trying to get this as high as possible. Okay, the actuators are on there now. They look pretty good. Pretty easy to mount with that whole pattern. Then the X carriage, this whole assembly, will mount directly to the side of this. Couple angles. I'm going to use these bad boys to do that. Need to file off those little knobbies. If you can see those on there. Focus! Thank you. So file off all those little knobbies. Man, my fingers are dirty. And then should be able to mount here, 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 and there. Just right on top and bottom of the beam. The beam will go flat back against this. And I'll have to rework this. Focus now. You're just having a terrible time focusing. Okay, so now I'll have to take this off, make sure it fits. Okay, so I've got the Z axis, the old one, taken apart here. Taking off the stuff so I can get it off. There we go. What is that? That was my bearings. It's like, what did I lose? Okay, so now I had to take it all the way apart so to get to these 4 bolts. Those are the ones that I can't reach the way the system was set up. So, terrible design, I know. But now I'm going to rectify that so we won't need these anymore. And we'll take that off. And then we'll mount the printer directly to this without any plate attachments and other access lead screw stuff on there. So that'll be cool. Let's get that done. And while I got this apart, I'll take the opportunity to go ahead and clean it out. Eesh. Now this may look like an unorganized mess to most of you. This is just Jeremiah in his element.